Surviving today's job market takes more than experience, it takes strategy. Because right now, people are losing their jobs, being furloughed, and just wondering what's next.
And the truth is, some people make it through stronger. Not because they're luckier, because they've learned how to navigate through what's happening right now.
And we've been in that place before, watching the world shift, asking how to protect our family, our income, our peace.
What we discovered changed everything. How we work, how we prepare, and how we build wealth, even in uncertain times.
And most people miss it completely. It's the one thing that separates those who keep struggling from those who start to thrive.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Welcome to the Exponential Life Podcast, where we help you build a life you desire one system at a time. I'm Justin.
And I'm Andrea. And here we believe in the 5 pillars: faith, fitness, family, finance, and freedom. Of course, I had to wait for my cue because, as all you people know, it's Justin, and then I can say my part. So while you were over here playing around, I couldn't start.
Oh,
because you thought you were funny. However, so today I want to talk a little bit about mindset, and because right now we're going through. Well, the government is shut down. As we know, government workers are being furloughed. We could possibly be impacted by the furloughs and the government shutdown that's going on. And we hear about this. We hear about this in our jobs. You, since you started.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Since we've been married. Me, I came over here. It's going to be 4 years.
4 years. It's crazy.
Right. It's about to be 4 years. I'm waiting for my 5-year anniversary. You get a free gift.
It's our anniversary.
Okay.
All right.
Well, my point being is we hear about this government shutdown every year, how we might have to stop working unpaid. And I have freaked out in the past since we've been married. Do you think it's going to impact you? Are you concerned? Are you worried? And you'd be like, no, I'm not worried about it. I'm an essential worker. But they need me to do my job. But with that being said, this is the first year I haven't actually freaked out about it. I made the comment at the beginning of this whole government shutdown thing. We're probably 1 week into it before I actually asked the question, are you concerned about the shutdown and us being furloughed? And your response, as usual, is
no.
And I didn't freak out about your no. So thinking back about what is different between the 9 years we've been together when this whole process started.
Married, not together.
Versus now, what has shifted in me? Because I feel something had to have shifted. I think you've been there, but I haven't. So I wanted to have a conversation and conversate a little bit about this shift and this journey that we have been on. Because hopefully if other people can get into the same mindset, mentality, it'll help them. Because this is not going to be the first one. It's not going to be the last one. In the job market, we're never really secure with where we are.
And not just want to focus on the shutdown. Want to focus on any, the job market itself is volatile. So you have the introduction of AI that's going to create a whole new lane. You have just the economy itself going up and down. You have an understanding of job loss happens. Businesses shut down. People change avenues. Businesses move from one place to another place. So there's always some volatility there, and we want to try to help create a mindset, help you protect yourself or fortify yourself when you have changes and things happen in your career.
Right. So with that being said, I want to start with the first thing that I had to deal with when it came to my change or my shift and me being okay, a big old woosah of
Woosah or Boosa?
Woosah.
Oh, I was like, what was that?
A big old woosah. So the first thing for me in my journey in this job market climate was learning that I am the myth of control and a W-2 job.
Wait.
I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. But the myth of control and a W-2 job. And I'm going to let you start because you had to help me. It took a couple years, but you had to help me understand this idea of control that I had.
Oh, they tell you to go to school. They tell you to get good grades. You heard the line before. They tell you to do this, tell you to do that, and then you go get a job, and you're going to be secure. You're going to have the the American dream, the whatever, white picket fence, 2-parent household, making good money, and it's a lie. They like you. There's no control there. That's still just keeping you inside the system, right? So it's keep you inside the process. So what you can, just, and then there are gurus out there now, that there are people out there telling you, so this is nothing. What should be the first time you heard this? But if it is the first time, take it, think about it, chew on it. Like, do you feel in control? So like, the myth of once you have a good job, like you can automatically get in control of your life. No, once you get a good job, once you get income coming in, there are steps you have to take, afterwards. So just because you have a good job, just because you're in a good industry, they also tell you to go find a good major. Engineering, medical field, lawyer, and you're going to be okay. But we've heard in the news, we've seen articles, like no job is safe, no person is safe, no business is safe, no one is safe. And they want you to it's a myth. Is what it says. It's just a myth. It's just a folk tale.
So I feel you definitely rushed through that. Even for me, like I think back on my level 1 self, because you at this little shift in mentality about the myth, you researched it, you looked to it, you've been believing in it for a while. So that was like an 8 explanation.
Well, break it down for me then.
Okay, so for real. So here we are. When I started my job, I said, I can work at this job till I am 65 when I retire, or whatever else. We'll be here for 40 years. And I said to you, I am secure. And your response to me was, your job is not secure. Like, your job does not equal stability. And the reasons for that were, someone else controls your paycheck. Someone else controls if you're hired or fired. This idea of loyalty that we have does not necessarily exist. You are nothing but a number, which I learned in COVID when they cut whole departments at my job.
Yeah.
I'm relying on someone else to give you
in the
raises.
medical field too. That was medical field. I want to make sure you understand that was one of the pillars, the more secure areas.
I was admin in the medical field, though. I wasn't like,
don't try to knock it. It's still medical. Like, and nurses got cut too, and CNNs and all that stuff. All the people got like, yeah.
Not really. No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No, because they needed them still. Like, a lot of people stopped to become travel nurses and get paid more.
Oh, that's what it was.
Even there are people in our biomed department who left and traveled to go work on equipment other places because they got paid more money during COVID.
Well, I was wrong then. Yeah. My bad.
Because they needed those nurses and doctors because like people were coming in droves.
I thought, yeah.
No, it was the admin that they cut. Definitely the admin.
Yeah, that's true. Because it was asking for nurses in the big cities.
Yes. But admin got...
Good point.
So thankfully, I'll talk about that later because that was another journey. But yes, like you had to teach me. You didn't teach, but you planted the seed. I kind of listened to the seed, but I wasn't...
Wait. After the 100th time?
Okay, so you planted the seed. I listened to the seed a little bit. But I guess the point being for me was I went for a walk one day because I was debating whether I should leave my job at one, like go take an opportunity somewhere else.
All right.
And the lady that I was walking with, she said, you don't matter as much as you think you do. And I remember I came home, it was like, she told me I don't matter. She said, they will replace you. They will find someone else to do your job. So don't think you're that important.
Hand in a bucket of water.
What does that mean?
That's what the guys at work told me. You just you're like, once you move your hand out the bucket of water, you create ripples when you pull it out, but it always settles. Someone's like, it's going on all this. The business itself will always, especially your bigger, more secure jobs, will always come back to equilibrium, come back to equality. Like, yes, you're going to create ripple effects when you remove your hand. Ripples will happen, but it will always settle and keep humming along.
That makes sense.
And everybody who's retired from where I'm at,
it's still trucking. They've hired less experienced people. I mean, this happens anywhere. They hire less experienced people, pay them less money, they pick up the job, and it keeps on going. Yep.
Not efficiently at first, right.
But they'll figure it out.
It will.
So I think that was the first thing. And then how much control do you truly have when someone else is telling you when to show up, when you can leave, like what you're supposed to be working on, what you're supposed to be doing? Like, how much control do I really have?
True. And even when you have a job that don't sit here and be like, well, my job, I have autonomy. I can do this. I can do that. Nah, but you're still controlled by somebody else. Someone else still signs your paycheck.
Right. And I'm gonna go back to I mean, I'm not knocking it, but the government layoffs that happened probably just like early this year when they sent a massive email and like through an email, even with big tech companies,
right?
An email is like the end of your job. Just an email.
And that tech company was supposed to be secure jobs. Just hiring like crazy last year,
right?
Or year before, whenever.
Well, I get what you're saying. Like they were hiring, and people said these are secure jobs. If you get into like computer science and all, you can code and all that jazz. And they were like, we have too much overhead. Like you're gone. So really, how secure is the place you're at? Like no matter what job, like how secure is that place?
Correct.
So that was that's the first myth. We need to get into our beautiful heads that you're not secure.
Oh, and I want to make sure add this piece. This is not us bashing the whole American cycle. The years of security is gone though. Pension, when pension left, security left. That's what I want to make sure. My grandfather worked at a cement plant for 30-something years, 40-something years. Left, retired, lived another 20-something years on a pension. And I'm like,
no, we don't get a pension.
like
you have to get vested.
Live comfortable. Grandma and him were taken care of. Like it was comfortable. Like those years are gone. Like,
they are.
Well, they're like, you were loyal to us for the X amount of years. We're going to be loyal to you for X amount of years as long as you live. And like, it's not, they weren't trying to push it to the age of like, oh, you about to keel over. Like the average lifespan is like 70 years old and people want to push it to 68 now. Like, I'm like, you give me 2 years. So like, it was back then you were compensated. Like you work 40 years, you get to like, and you retire at 60 or retire at 55 or 50, whatever. Boom. You know you're going to live to 75 or whatever, averagely. So we're planning on paying you for 20 something years.
And that's what we talk about 401k, not we, but that's what people talk about investing in your 401k. I mean, your company does, like some companies match, right?
Like every company.
No, you're right. Some companies match, but then you have to be vested. You have to work a certain number of years before you can take that money whenever you leave. And that's a whole different conversation. But I think the point is, and we're not saying jobs are horrible because we work W-2 jobs. Mm-hmm. They're not horrible. That's how we support our family. That's how we're able to start doing this podcast. Like our W-2 jobs allow us opportunity to do other things. Just understanding the myth of the myth and stability that we think we have at it's a myth. It's not real. It's not true because you're not truly in control. So just like, that's the first mindset shift we have to have is like the myth of control that we think we have.
But yeah, still be the best employee you can be. So we're going to get into that too, but still understand like it starts with that myth, but you want to excel at and be the best version of yourself always.
Right. So that's the first one, the myth of control. And then the next one is that your control starts with your mindset. It's how you think, it's how you move, it's how you act. So there was a quote that's here is, you don't take control by working harder. You take control by thinking differently. Okay. So it's not about it's about how we respond to what occurs to us. Because a lot of people, even me, sometimes I just react. But it's like, how are we responding? So here's a question that I have. How do you keep your peace when circumstances feel shaky?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just thought you was asking them.
No.
I would say that I keep my peace because I know where I'm headed. I know I'm grounded. So that's why I was saying like you be the best employee you can be because when you know where you're headed and you know where you're trying to get to, you understand that this job is a vehicle, right? It's not the main thing. So mindset, right? I know that this is not a forever thing. I know that something in the environment, in the world can happen. Like, yes, this job has been here for 50 years, but something can come in and shift the whole environment. So I must understand that. And I must understand. I want to make sure you understand that
But I was like, why you repeating yourself 3 times?
Because I want to understand. I must
like,
understand.
dude, you don't have to repeat yourself. So
I
keep
do
going.
know, but
It's like you're stuttering.
I'm not. I'm not stuttering at all. I want you to understand that I tell myself I must understand that at any moment it's shaky.
I would agree.
Like
Yeah.
so when you say when it gets shaky, to me every moment is shaky. I go out there understanding that I am not on level ground. So if I'm like the Hulk, right? The Hulk said they asked for Hulk, how do you stay in control? How do you stay calm? He said, I forgot the real question. It was
exactly.
But he was like, I'm always but I know the answer. He said, I'm always angry. So he's like, you should always be prepared.
Oh, so he can transform whenever he wants because underlying he's already.
Yes, yeah, so he understands that the environment will always be shifting, right? A new manager can come in and shake up everything for you, and then you like, what the place you thought you was gonna stay? I need to move. That happened to me. I need to move. I need to change it up. The job might not be the problem. The personnel might be the problem. It's always shaky. Enjoy the people. Enjoy life. I love life. I love people. I love making networking. I also understand that this vehicle will break down. Like what the car I'm driving. Like I get a Toyota because I feel like it will last the longest.
Right.
But it's a machine. It's going to break down. It's going to have some faults. It's going to have some bumps. It's going to have some. So like I always expecting that to happen.
And so for those of us, for me, this is what I equate what you're saying to, because I do agree, like you have to be prepared. You have to be mentally prepared for whatever is going to come. Mm-hmm. It's basically what you're saying. So working in quality, for me, that was what controls, and even, I mean, everything is quality in a sense, but working in quality is, we want to prevent defects. We want to prevent this iPhone from getting out the door and our customer being upset. But with that being said, like what are we putting in place to ensure that those things, like this product will get out the door the way it's supposed to?
Correct.
So pretty much at all times, we're thinking something's going to go wrong. I mean, that affects our marriage, but that's a whole different, because I started off, my first job was in quality. So it was thinking what can go wrong in our process and trying to be ahead of the game and fixing it. And so that has been my mentality at the job, and I take that home. This is a whole different conversation. But
that's something you can dive into. Though. I want to keep that's the mindset, right? The mindset, the myth, and everything we're going to talk about today is like, what do you do with that mindset? Because I think it's the exact same way, but I add a next step of like, I believe that the next step is going to be a better step because of what my knowledge is.
Yes. Are we going down that path real quick? Is that what you want to venture into?
What are we talking about right now?
We are, but I'm just making sure that's where we're headed. Are we headed there? Because you know how our conversations, we say it's going to be like a real quick conversation.
Okay.
It turns out to be a 10-minute conversation.
Go ahead.
So I'm like, are we going down this path?
I think it's good for yes.
Okay, so repeat what you said. Our mentalities are different and how we approach it.
I believe we are the exact same up into the last step.
Which is?
Like, I feel like you find the problems, right? Mm-hmm. You see the defects. And you're like, oh, these may happen. And I'm like, my mind is like, they may happen. But if I can put something in place, we're going to be good no matter what.
Right, but isn't that what we're talking about now? Because, I mean, we both put something in place in that case.
Then why you worry?
Why do I worry?
Yes.
Because what if my plan fails?
What
if my backup isn't what it's supposed to be?
And I don't have that what else.
Oh, so you just like my backup. Oh, I came off my legs and I just went down.
You are,
you
sure?
But you know what I mean? What you keep doing this for?
Good.
Stop. It's distracting.
Oh, you my chest so barely.
No, because that's all I see you doing. For those who are not watching YouTube, he keeps adjusting himself. I mean, his shoulders. He keeps adjusting his shoulders.
My back.
Is it hurting?
Well, I got to straighten out. I'm getting old.
Stop.
See all this gray hair in my head?
You have like more than, you do have a lot. But okay, so back to what we're talking about. So yeah, I guess my personality is, you need to have a plan to the backup plan. But that's what gives me security. I've gotten to a point like, Andrew, you have a plan and you have a plan to your backup plan. So why are you so stressed out about it?
There you go.
You have a response. If this happens, you are ready to respond.
Right.
I have gotten better at that. I don't think I'm that bad anymore.
You're not.
Okay. Hence, I said I can talk about this today because I used to be a level 1. I'm like a level 6.
So like, because I always look at it as football. Football is my leading thing. Like with this stuff, you have a play, you have audibles. So like, if I come out, this is what I believe the defense is going to look like. But if it came out and did something different, I'm like, all right, let's change it up. And my goal is still to score a touchdown. Like my backup plan is not to like pivot to a point where I'm settling. I'm still going to win the game. That is my goal every time. And my belief. And I feel like some people look at plan A and plan B as like settling. And I'm like, don't look at plan A and plan B and plan C as settling. Look at them as audibles. It's just audibles. Like the audible is already a built-in play to still reach the goal.
Was this supposed to be the quarterback?
Yeah, they look at the armbands. Sorry, I'm used to, because they didn't call it out when I'm a little older. So like we had armbands, and like they were like, "Hey," I don't know what to do nowadays, but they're like, "Hey, check, 19." You look at the armband. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, there was a play on the armbands.
There's a word, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And we'll say, all right, and we'll make an adjustment. I was a wide receiver, make an adjustment, and we'll go.
Wide receivers had armbands too?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't play football.
I need it. That's what I'm
and I don't
you.
think I dated anybody on the football team either.
All right.
So.
Going on the stage, well, she also lied to me, said she never did it. So
that's like over 10 years ago, but
her reason is she officially dated.
I didn't officially date. They didn't meet my parents. Was it really dating?
Oh,
let's ask that question. If the other person doesn't meet your parents, is that dating? Whatever camera we use. That's the question.
We keep an eye on it. I like that.
You're not editing this video, I am. So I can take out whichever one I want. But here we go next. Don't you shift your back. See. But yeah. But I do like that. I do like it saying, because you've already planned it. So if you already planned it, is it really a backup? Because you've planned it. And I'm pretty sure when you plan it, you plan for the best outcome.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a good one. That is a shift as well. But like that way you're responding to something that you've already know could possibly happen. Right.
And you respond to stuff that you did think might happen. You said like something changes in your environment. And you say, I think this is the best play. It may not be, but you can go with it because that's how you learn. Like a shift happened and you make a movement and it's wrong. I've done it before. I don't sit here and be like, man, well, end of my life. No, I'm like, or end of my career. No, I adjust. I move. I'm like, all right, learn from this, pick yourself up, keep moving.
Okay. I mean, I'm good now. I mean, pick yourself, keep moving. I think something else that we said earlier is that like nothing. We're good.
All right. Go ahead. What's next?
So the next one is creating some type of breathing room.
All right.
So in the past episode we called it margin, but breathing room, like you got to create some type of cushion. I think that goes having a plan, having a
audible too.
Your audible is basically that breathing room is you allowing your audible to take place if needed.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I guess we're not as freaked out as I normally is, because one thing is going back to control is I would say if we just had some more money, we could do this. If I could do this, we could do this. If my person at work recognized what I was doing, then I get more money. But that is the illusion that we have to begin with, is that this is going to fix our problems. Instead of just actually saying, okay, how do I create my life so that I have some type of breathing room? Like that's like protecting your energy, right? That's protecting your resources. Your energy is a resource. Protecting your space, like all of those things is allowing you to breathe and to just, I guess, be where you are is how I feel to an extent. And so because of that, you're at some type of peace because you have breathing room. So like, because we have breathing room in our finances, if for some reason we can't go to work, we know that we can continue operating with where we are. I mean, there's a certain point where it's not going to be there anymore, but we can continue operating to a certain extent and to a certain degree.
Right. I look at breathing room for like all 5 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
I look at, so each 5 pillar, each of the 5 pillars you have breathing room in. So faith, fitness, family, finance, and freedom. So like if you're faith wise, right? So say you can't go to church, or you say you you kind of some things kind of like go against your faith. Like you built up enough. I don't know how you say it. You built up enough in your inventory, in your soul and your spirit. Like, all right, I know I can weather through this.
Like gas in the tank. Like they say, your love tank is like that to a certain extent.
Yes, perfect. Because like there's some things the life is going to knock you. Life is going to hit you. Life is going to hit you hard. And if you don't have something in the tank on your belief system, then you can really, get shaky with that and start doubting big time. Like death can make you, and like losing money, losing income, losing like you say you're working on this vision and everything just seems to just go against the vision. Like God, why am I going through this? Like, so building that reserve there. Fitness, you may get sick, you may get something may happen where you're gonna lose 2 weeks of being in the workout. Like, have you built enough reserve?
There you go.
To like set yourself up there, and you get into the family. Like, have you put in enough time for that? Like, if you got to go on some travel time, you can't spend some time with your wife. You can't spend time with your kids. You can't spend time with your parents. You can't spend time with your siblings. Like, have you built the time? Have you put the time in when you did have the time? So they know that if Justin's not here, he's still thinking about me. He still loves me. He's still there for me. He still wants the best for me. Like, have you built that time in? Then going into the finance, hit the finance. People say have 6 months in reserve. I know that sounds crazy to some people. I know some people just starting out. Don't do nothing. Don't worry about trying to just go straight to 6 months. Each month, put away $50, put away $100, whatever you can store. Cut back, cut out 2 going outs or cut out 3 going outs a month and store that money away. Put $60, put $100, put $200 a month. And before you know it, you want to have 1 month reserve, 2 month reserve, 3 month reserve. And then you hit your emergency fund and then you're good. And then for the freedom, always work on your freedom. Always work on trying to find ways to better your best. Understand who you are, understand your value, understand what you want in life, and then start and just work hard towards it.
Because that freedom is what allows you to have breathing room with your finances at some point in time. Is what the end goal would be. Yes.
Become educated on it. Talk to people, network, understand. Just get it going in that freedom category.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is like just people understanding, like you have to create breathing room for yourself, because when things do that, whatever you thought your foundation, well, this should be your foundation, but whenever things change, you're okay. Like you could stay steady. Right. So, I mean, it's not a lot to talk about because I feel like the breathing room is just, you just got to create yourself some type of.
Yeah. Start today. If you haven't started, start stacking your money, start spending time with your family, start like make sure that you establish that breathing room.
And since we went more into some, we can just link some in the description, but we can link some in the description.
Which one? For it?
Yeah, because we did have another episode, which is why I don't want to harp on something that we've done in the previous episode, even though there are people that may not have seen it. However, like it's a 30-minute video, so I don't want to be repetitive, with our stuff for the people that like our community. Like, I'm sorry if I waste you. We don't want to waste your time. But the last one is just it's something that I really had to get in my spirit and get to, like, this is where the growth and knowing me came into play, is being able to understand my value, like understand what I bring to the table. Because I can change my mindset, realize I don't have control. I can create that breathing room, which was the third point that we made. The second point that we made is controlling what you can control, basically. But the fourth one is understanding my value, because if I don't understand my value, when I get laid off, not laid off, but if I ever got laid off, hopefully I get a severance package. But if I ever got laid off, if I did get furloughed and couldn't work for a little bit, like I know and I'm secure that I have enough value that I can take my skill somewhere else. Like, good riddance to the job, like good luck with the company, but I can continue on someplace else because I have that skill set within me. It's like those millionaires that might lose everything, but they're able to rebuild and regrow.
Right. Or you can create, or you've established yourself and had enough practice and enough experience where, like, if something happens you shift your environment, you can create, like you said, the millionaires. Like you're secure in your value and your worth, in the job market and also into the company you're in, because like, hey, I know they're gonna want me back. You can say that to competitors or to another industry, or to like just like I said, have your own. So
one thing I want to, because secret to success, I don't remember exactly what CJ said. I'm gonna let you talk about it because I think one time we got fired up about this.
He or me?
I got fired up, but I'm gonna let you. I want you to go into it more. Don't push it back on me.
Oh, I'm not gonna push it back on. I'm trying to understand.
So CJ said there's two things, right? Because they have their own company, and CJ will always say that he's the one that like has to hire and fire people. Well, he used to be the one to hire and fire. He said you're either reducing stress or creating money.
Got you.
Those are the two things you're bringing to the table.
And I would say that he's great podcast. I'm not saying he's the only one that said it though. Like I've heard it prior to him saying that.
You have?
Yes.
That's okay. That's when I heard it.
Yeah, I got you.
So like explaining what he means, like you were I mean, it's self, but understand you're reducing stress or you're creating money for the company, because at the end of the day, you're working for somebody else and they got to make money somehow.
Right. And even when you own your own business, you just became great at reducing stress or creating value, for other people.
Right.
Creating income for other people.
Right.
So we want to talk about.
So what I'm trying to say here is like, when you think of pretend I am paying you, pretend like you are paying somebody to do a job for you. Right. But if I have to send out the emails, like I hired an assistant to send out the emails.
Right.
I hired someone to go pick up my dry cleaning because I don't have time to do it because I want to spend that time on the money making tasks.
Okay.
Like I'm paying this person to go pick up my lunch whenever these are what sometimes some assistants do. And so I think sometimes we forget, like, I am paying you to do this so I don't have to.
Yeah. So that's
what I hired you for.
Yeah, people get complacent, right? So this is where you say mindset, value, all this stuff. We kind of get everybody together. When you bring all together, like I say, you still need to be a great employee. Like no matter what, you understand this is a shaky ground. You understand that you need to prepare like for the worst. At the same time, you need to add immense value. Like you are valuable as a person, as a whole, as a child of God. That's how we look at it. That's our faith. Your belief is your belief. Well, when it comes to the understanding of value added on the workforce, you have to understand you were paid to do a job and you must do it well, because that's how you create value in the world. And the value as a human being you already have because you're born, but in the world, you must understand. And you can't get complacent. You've been working at a job for a year, 2 years, and you start taking your foot off the gas. That's when someone else is going to come in and take over. Because if you were paid to say build bridges, right? And now that you agreed upon, you signed on the dotted line saying I'm going to be build bridges for $80,000, right? You build bridge for $80,000. Well, the next year you get there, you're like, man, that's not enough. Oh man, my raise wasn't good enough. Or this right here, I'm like, who told you that you're supposed to get another raise? Who told you? Like you agree to that. So you have a choice to make. Either you're going to create as much value in that space where somebody else is going to hire you, or you create so much value that the person sees that you're great enough. Like, oh, I got to pay this person because they're going to leave someone going to snatch him up. That's to me, that's the creation of value. And I think what you're talking about also is that don't forget your place. Like, don't forget your place. Like, don't forget what you supposed to do.
Right. Like, even in my job, like, I know, like, I've worked my way up, but even in my job, I know that I answer to somebody.
Right.
If I come to work and decide to do nothing, I can get let go.
Oh,
I'm not crazy.
For sure. Don't forget who you are.
My raise is not guaranteed.
Nope.
A raise. Matter of fact, I worked at a job. This is what made me mad one time. I worked at a job and didn't get a raise for like 3 years.
While I was getting raises.
You were. But then the hiring manager said, you're getting 10, when I applied to a different job in the same company, you're getting paid 10% more than you already have. I was like, but I haven't, like, this is where I thought I should get a raise. Like, I haven't gotten a raise in 3 years. So really, if you talk the cost of inflation, I'm just catching up to where I probably should be anyway.
Pretty much.
Right. So, but I guess, so just you're reducing stress or creating value, right? That person building bridges, the more bridges you build, the more money your company gets paid, the more money you can get. Right. That's the value that you're bringing to the table.
Yes.
If you're reducing stress for me, you're predicting, like when I had given birth to Amalia, C-section, like my mom came and her value was she would make dinners if needed. She would clean the house. She was picking up. She was helping with Amalia. Like even with Justin, you were predicting what I needed next. And that was the value you brought to the table. So it may not have been monetary.
I was there too. I was going to put that out there.
You were.
Like,
you were. Like I cried you to come home. I cried and you came home.
It's like your mom was the only one doing everything.
She wasn't. You were there too. But I guess my point being is that
I told you.
it's the watch.
You just can't help yourself.
But the point being is reducing stress is what you're bringing to the table, right? And that is where your value comes in.
Yes.
So like, just going back, he said, don't forget your place, but in doing so, know what your value is. Increase those skills. Like the people, when I used to manage, I would tell them, I don't want you to think you'll be at this job forever. By goodness, by golly, I don't want you being here the rest of your life. Like if you stay here forever, there's a problem. I did do my job.
Yes.
Like you develop the skills you need to get out of here. Like, I don't know what that entails, but you develop what you got to do to get out of here. Okay.
Yeah.
But like you develop the skills you need to get out of here. Like you do not think you should be here forever. So if you want to be a manager, you develop what you got to develop to be a manager. If you want to be a technical person, then you go and you get your master's or your doctorate, whatever you need to be a good engineer. Like, just don't stay where you are and create value for yourself. Like, so you are marketable wherever you go. And that way you don't care about getting laid off. You don't care about my job being furloughed. Like, I'm about to be furloughed. You don't care about, like, what is my next thing? Because you have so much value in yourself. Like, you know what you bring to the table.
Yes.
And that's one thing that I've learned to be a little more passionate about is like, what do I need to do for me so that if something happens to my job, I can go somewhere else.
That's correct.
So that's what I got. That's for that section. And I could talk forever just about that value because it goes into your personal growth. It goes to the conversation you have with yourself. It goes into all of this.
Yes. If you believe that you can be better, if you believe that you can be great, and you believe that you can position yourself to not be worried and be sought out by so many people, several different people, or sought out or build your own, be able to have enough value where people just come to you because you build your own. You just move differently. You act differently. You see a purpose in life. You don't just come to the job and say, well, I'm here, collecting my check. Nah, you make moves. And even when someone who's not as valuable in your eyes or not as impactful as in your eyes moves up, it doesn't shake you. It doesn't move. It doesn't rock your system, doesn't rock you. You see it as, okay, I see what you're doing. I see this system. Let me look at this system. How can I either excel inside the system or start looking for another system to get into, another environment, like where they will respect and honor your value. And like, that's once again, I'll go back to, I had to do that. Like, well, I see that you're not honoring the value I bring. Let me move on. And it won't happen right away. It may happen right away. It may not happen right away, but you always got to understand, like, because of what you've done, because of the seeds you planted, and because your mindset, going back to the first thing, I know I'm worthy of this. I know my value is this, and you act on it, you will be able to get yourself in a better position. Yes.
I'm not going to start and I'm not betting on a soapbox again. So I'm just going to stop right here. But yeah, that's what we have today. It's understanding that myth of control that you have at a job, period.
Right.
It's basically controlling what you can control. Mm-hmm. Also, it's creating that breathing room so that if something does happen or something gets shaky, that you have something to fall back on. You don't have to stress about it. And lastly, just knowing your value and what you bring to the table. So I guess for me, because I want this to be encouraging. It's changing your mindset, but I want to be encouraging. So just put in the chat, like, what do you bring? Like, what do you know you bring to the table? Because you have to know that inside of yourself. Because if you can't articulate it, then how are you going to be able to, like, if you can't articulate it to you, how am I going to be able to articulate it to Justin or an interview I go on or wherever else? Like, you got to know for yourself what you're bringing to the table.
Yes.
And I want to, and that's one, but like, if you want to go beyond, like, what does that mean for a company? Because I can say I'm the best mom. Like, I have given birth to 3 kids and whatever else, right? And I manage my household budget. But what does that mean to a company? Like, if you go trying to market yourself to somebody else, what does that mean? That might mean that I am nurturing, depending on what job I'm in. It might mean that I can manage 3 little kids, but I can manage 3 little kids. It means that I can look at money and because I budget, I can we stay within our budget. I stay within my budget. I can manage money. Like, that's what I can articulate. Like, how do your skills translate to what's valuable to somebody else? Not just what's valuable to you.
Yeah.
That's going deeper, but just understand, like, just put in the chat, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah. And we could probably dive into that like more like a resume building kind of situation.
We could, because I could, yeah.
Yeah. So we can talk about that later.
That's all. So if you like the content, like and subscribe. Thank you.
And it's not about doing more. It's always about building better systems. So go build your systems and be legendary. I'm Justin.
And I'm Andrea. Thank you.
Peace.